Well, we did a video about a week ago about the school bus in Young Justice. There's been a little bit of speculation about what that could be, and then in the 11th episode, the credit scene really doubled down on this crew. There were a lot of clues in this little segment, so I thought we could take a couple minutes to break down the credit scene, talk about what I saw out the window, and what might really be going on. Obviously, this is still theory, but last time we had a lot of fun. So let's talk a little more Magic School Bus. Now before we dive into this though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, the big giveaway. We got a PlayStation 5 to give away at 25,000 subscribers. All you need to do to get in on the giveaway is be a subscriber and leave us a comment. Also, while you're at it, check out that free week of Skillshare down below. It's a pretty cool way to develop all of your superhero skills for that never-ending war on crime, all while not diving too deep into your pocket. Plus, it really does help the channel, so we really appreciate it. Well, we talked about this about a week ago, and then the 11th episode, Get Ready, pretty much gave us a whole new perspective on the kids and the school bus, what we've been calling the Magic Bus. Now, we did a theory video about a week or two ago about this, and these credit scene really gave us a ton of more clues, so let's talk about it for a minute. Now, in a moment, we'll break down the whole clip and look out the windows to see what we can see. But first and foremost, I think this clip establishes that whatever is going on, it's not voluntary. These people are not some sort of entity riding around the universe. They are clearly being held against their will and not having a good time. Young Justice storyboarder and artist Christopher Jones actually joked about how much fun it must have been in the recording studio while they were doing this piece, and I have to agree. Now, I'll start running the segment in the background now, and we'll be pausing it to look at what's out the window. So, let's kick it off. This first section here to me looks like a microverse. Those things in the background, to me, appear to be quarks. I have no proof, but this suggests to me they could be shrinking or expanding through whatever process they're going through. Now, then they go back into the outer space and into darkness again. After that, there's a really interesting change. All this yellow and gold appear outside the window, and if you look carefully and pause this, there's faces that appear. Now, these faces to me kind of look like monitors, but if they're not monitors, they're clearly faces. And that made me think of another major DC concept. That would be the source wall. If they're being forced through some interdimensional portal, they could be passing the source wall. Now, if you don't know what the source wall is, that's okay. It's been part of DC Comics for a really long time and was created by Jack Kirby. Now, it's a barrier at the edge of the universe that on the other side exists the source, which is technically the quote-unquote source of all that exists and acts as a limitless energy source for everything in the universe. A lot of times these faces in the source wall are thought of as people that tried to breach the source wall, or even gods, making up the many faces on the wall itself. These really do look like that to me, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, after they continue past this phase, they go through another tunnel that's almost organic looking, which makes a lot of sense to me because the next section they're in appears to be some sort of bloodstream. There's even the appearance of what appears to be a series of DNA helixes, suggesting again they're getting bigger and smaller as they travel along in this process. Once they leave the helix blood zone, there appears to be another series of changes. And there's a time frame that we look out the window, there's some sort of white light construct. Now again, this reminds me of the source wall. Now, once the bus gets back into space, we have a lot to see. If you look out the windows, you see several planets. And I was actually waiting to see if they would slam into Baby ferrying John, Megan, and her sister back from Mars. Now, when you look at these planets, at first I thought it was New Genesis and Apocalypse. But as I watch it over and over again, it becomes pretty clear to me that that is Earth, Mars, and Venus we are seeing out the school bus windows. So I do think they are contained within our solar system, but clearly they're on a ride they can't control. Now, this was the third episode that we got in a row featuring the Magic Bus. Since this is the Magic arc, it really is making me feel that this is somehow tied to that story. It would be quite the little trick on Clarion's part to take the school bus and send them on this never-ending journey of chaos. Now, we have 2 more episodes in the arc, and I suspect we're going to see these guys once again. There was a lot to talk about in last week's episode. We did a review, and I've linked it down below. I think we're going to continue to get a couple more clues about the bus over the next 2 weeks. And hopefully by the end of episode 13 and our extended break, we have some sort of answer on what's going on with this poor bus driver and this load of screaming, scared out of their wits school kids. But I'm curious on what you guys think. What do you think's going on with this bus? And did you see anything that I didn't notice when looking out the windows during the screaming? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not going to get any updates. Peace.